Okay. Yeah, Keith should be here momentarily. So we did play. We did Judas you pretty hard for at least a little while there.
I know. You played for like another hour and a half or 2 hours.
Yeah. Pretty much, Keith just worked on messing with nuclear power, and I decided that I was going to be a horrible person to nature.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
How many trees did you chop down in the end?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, now my approach, instead of just saying we need to stop over and over again for 2 hours,
Is to not.
is to actually just be like, start a 10-minute timer, and then I leave.
Works.
I will be swept into playing forever, and I got shit to do eventually. Problem.
Funny.
I can't stop playing, and I keep saying I should stop. I'm just gonna actually stop now. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Somehow last night I recorded everything except for TeamSpeak.
Well, I can send you the commentary, but it's going to have a small amount of Mega Man quiet in the background.
Oh, everything's frustrating.
Yep. It's okay. It's quiet and copyright free. Ooh.
I was watching a Cat video about Doom.
Most recent Doom, I assume?
Yeah, it's weird seeing him upload a video ever that's not about lambasting some horrible lie or something.
I don't know
every
what
video
Cat is.
Cat is the channel that uploads those compilations of like, here's what the E3 video looked like and here's what the game looks like. Just cutting back and forth to show difference.
Oh, I see.
How,
so being
and
like
how damning it can be.
Like the Uncharted was it Uncharted 4? That was specifically like super obviously like specifically rendered.
First one I saw was him contrasting all of the things that are said during Sean Murray's interviews about No Man's Sky versus the game itself.
Yeah, that would do it.
Well, I mean, that's like the low-hanging fruit of that.
And then I saw one. There's a video dedicated to Ubisoft downgrades, where it's every E3 video about Ubisoft games lately versus when the games come out. Ever since like the hubbub about like Watch Dogs looking nothing like its E3 coverage, that was just like a lie. And there's one that's dedicated to just doing the exact same actions in Dead Rising 1 versus 4 and comparing how shit 4 is at being its own formula of the franchise. Whereas
I remember I was really excited for Watch Dogs because I thought it would be cool. Because it made it sound like it would be like a single player campaign, but multiplayer people could like kind of tune in and like mess with you. And I was like, that sounds actually really fun. And then it was nothing like that. And I was just like, shoot.
Well, so you were in your single player game, people could invade?
Yeah, but I wanted just somebody to like pull up a mobile app and just like start like trying to raise barricades and stuff like that on me.
Yeah, what was boring is that people would invade your game and it'd be like, that person's hacking you right now. You got a time limit to find them. I'm like, that's... Okay, so it's hide and seek?
Yep. Thrilling.
Turns out it's really easy to find a hiding place in a giant open world game, even when you are confined to like a circle or something.
I was watching my favorite Let's Players do a series on it, and he like he's the guy playing specifically like glitched himself into a building while the guy was like trying to hunt him down and kill him or something like that, and he was like giggling to himself. And then slightly later he was messing around in another glitched in building, and somebody invaded him, and he's like, no, the tables have turned and I don't like this. It's pretty great.
I can't remember what was actually at stake during those moments. Matter.
Okay, Keith, do you know if your accumulator blueprint actually hooks up, or do I have to worry about it?
The accumulator and solar panel blueprints, I believe you need to have one accumulator or solar panel of overlap, basically.
Okay. I will keep that in mind.
Because when I made the blueprint, I was just filling out the maximum range of the thing providing the power. Like that's so like the range that's covered by panels and accumulators is how far the power reaches from the substation, rather than being tiled based.
It looks like the accumulators work side by side, but vertically. No, and work vertically too. So it's probably just solar panels that have the issue.
Could be. Yeah, it's probably because the solar panels have more area, whereas that meant that only some of it had to touch the range of the substation.
Yeah.
So it sticks out more, and then it breaks the linkability. It was literally the first blueprint I made.
I'm just gonna slap down a crazy amount of accumulators in the kind of like no man's land below our base, because there's not even resources down here.
Oh yeah, like you mean to the right and the down?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing there except for dead aliens and trees.
Yep. Well, kind of ixnay on the tree-tay.
I
E-tray.
assume you're just basically making that like solar panel town.
Well, no, the trees have been dead for... Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's because we farted coal dust on them.
No. I farted
right,
robots
They're
on them.
dead because once you left, Wander basically killed our entire base by consuming all electricity for a mass anti-forest campaign.
Yep.
I see
Hashtag...
I didn't miss very much then.
It was actually devastating.
It was pretty bad.
Everything just stopped working.
Hashtag Captain Planet must die. Worked out. Worked out actually really well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Those are the beautiful, beautiful robots flying in to help. And more beautiful, beautiful robots chopping down all the trees. Yes. Okay. So we need to actually, like, maybe set some goals here, because we're kind of about to run out of things to do.
Base.
Yeah. If you want to start kind of hooking that together. I mean, really what we need to do is actually up our iron and copper and green circuit production, because those are flagging hard.
Yep. Well, we will definitely get on that.
I'm working on Power
iron
Man.
flagging though?
Yep.
Yeah. Somewhat. Our distribution of iron is probably the main issue.
You mean our throughput? Or I don't know what you mean by distribution.
Well, like they can't get from point A to point B. It's too congested.
Yeah, our throughput's bad.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we have some things we can do. Since we're in the process of tearing up the base, we can just add more lanes to the iron line.
Yeah. I was thinking about that, actually. A lot of our, like, old sciences can be removed. I mean, heck, we could actually blueprint our whole science system for red, green, and whatever, and just, if we're feeling lazy, just mark it to be...
somewhere else.
Yeah, mark it to be torn up and then just move it out a little bit.
Like
or elsewhere
Live over
completely.
there. Bird, it's beautiful. It finally happened.
What did?
My there's brights going in a circle.
Yeah, he's got... he managed to get his power going perfectly. Still got to figure out how to get it to go as efficiently as possible, though.
Bird in here yet? Oh no, he's not.
No, I'm uploading a video and it's taking a very long time for some reason.
Well, at least we have a highlight on the border of the map called Boner.
Oh, good. I'm glad that I could leave my mark on this world.
I guess we'll call that Boner the Boner border up north there.
The Boner border?
Actually,
Yeah.
Keith, if you wanted to...
We find that you placing all of the droid stuff everywhere is what makes the monsters just not spawn.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not spawning because they can't get past the walls.
So every time any monster place showed up, it was getting past. It wasn't spawning out of nowhere. It was literally walking over there and then making a base.
Yeah. So if you saw like a bunch of aliens kind of clustered in a group, that was them seeding a new base. I saw them like actually make some sometimes in the past, which was both neat and horrifying.
Yeah, I totally thought that it had to make its own base. That they were just spawning at random.
No.
That's what happened. Oops. One of the random lines is making copper. Whoops.
That's why I was very aggressively working on...
We'll fix that.
That's why I was very aggressively expanding past couple episodes, because I knew it was just like, if we just like clear all these guys out, then we just don't have to worry about it.
Logic is happening with that train. It's going fast. Empties like instantly. That's a trip. Tell it to stop for longer.
It's funny how the base is like that, where it's like, oh, this thing will work for forever, and you'll never have any indication for it breaking, and it's broken.
I guess I'll just leave that alone. I assume the the accumulators are still being constructed, yeah?
Unless somebody did something to it.
Okay, actually,
People
Correction
have
Bird...
dismantled them multiple times now, and I've never been the one to do it.
Correction Bird, our iron is actually mostly totally okay. There are just a couple of weak points in distribution. Steel might be an issue. It's kind of backing up, but it could be
I'm
better.
you.
Mess with their iron. I have reasons. Of course, you know, it might take a couple of weeks for this video to get up on the internet, apparently, so who knows when I'm going to come in.
I should probably take off some of these exosuits. I am the fastest man that never needs to go this fast. Like the Flash probably has good reason for it. Me? No.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's currently beating somebody up, but he's got to run off to see his kid's recital across the entire world.
Important-ish.
Yeah.
Does he actually?
Yeah.
Does he? Did they actually like have him have kids ever? Because he always struck me as one of those characters that they just keep permanently like single and kind of unhappy.
I don't know.
No, he's the comic relief character who's always like, "Hey, baby, you wanna see which one of us, like, you know, anyway.
Finishes first."
This is what Bird sounds like when he has nothing to contribute.
That's what Bird sounds like when he realizes the thing he's about to say is extremely sexist, probably.
It's not sexist, it's just inappropriate.
No, he just literally couldn't think of a joke, is the
Fair
issue.
enough.
No, I thought of the joke that Wander said, but I was like, I won't be so crude. But then it turned out that I had nothing to fall back on.
Yep.
Anyway, so he's usually like that. So no, he got no kid.
Ain't got no kid. Ain't even got kids.
I even got this kid of mine to go, like, doubly fast for some reason. We don't even need him.
That is kind of true of, like, all of the kid Flashes. They're just, like, kind of there and more powerful than previous Flash somehow. But also redheaded stepchild just because they can't really figure out what to do with him.
Yeah. How does the Flash go, like, faster than the Flash? Like,
I need to catch up. I need to catch up on the Flash just to see what they're doing with that show these days.
Time travel, I think,
Time
Bird.
travel.
Because that show's amusing. Because they not only is every villain of the show a speedster, but before long they're also introducing allied speedsters. Like they already have Kid Flash.
Do they?
Yeah,
You
even though
were
they're like
just having a conversation about Kid Flash, and you could have contributed this knowledge at any point you
yeah,
felt
but
like
they just
speaking
added
up.
Kid Flash to the show itself, which is funny because like he's like the same age as Barry practically. So it's like there's no kid part. They just don't acknowledge that, basically. Slightly
It's like
strange
just
how
calling
they're,
the new kid, just to be kind of douchey about it.
Yeah, it's just slightly strange how they're functionally the same age-ish. Close enough. I mean, I think one of them might be like in early 20s, like rebellious stage-ish territory, whereas like the real
Wait.
Flash is like in mid-20s and is like has a forensics job a little bit, but like it's not like fucking like main Flash is like 40 or something. Like there's
Wait,
this isn't
so
Batman Beyond.
Wait, Wally West was the first Kid Flash, and then he became the third Flash, and now the current Flash is the second Flash's grandson. But Wally West is also the current Flash now.
What does any of this mean?
I don't know. They might be more caught up on me, so they might be talking about stuff I don't know about yet. But in the when I left
No,
off,
I'm reading Wikipedia.
oh,
because
are you even talking about the show or the comic now?
I'm talking about the comic, which I
Oh,
assume
okay.
is the show.
Like, don't spoil that show for me. No, it's not the same thing. It's never the same
Yeah.
thing.
Never
Like,
ever
God,
assume that.
superhero knees always look
'Cause
so
in-
goddamn weird.
Because in the show, they Bruce Wayne the Flash.
Okay.
They have his family get ruined as a child in front of him,
Mhm.
where his mom gets murdered by Reverse Flash, and his dad goes to jail for the murder, even though he didn't do it.
Every
And so he
every
grew-
superhero's knee looks like it gets so thin and narrow.
So to try to explain what's going on with the Flash, basically, it's like they Bruce Wayne the Flash by having the thing happen to the parents because of an unknown villain, and then at the same time, they also did the equivalent of like, what if Peter Parker grew up living with Mary Jane? Because the
Oh.
Flash grows up in the household of the person that's like the love interest character, but like,
Ooh,
yeah,
how does
Spicy?
that work out for
like
him?
they're very clearly not siblings, but there's just the vague weirdness of it because they grow up together that makes it a little odd. And of course, they refuse to let those characters get together for like fucking 3 years.
I see you watch shows
It's-
for the plot then.
Exhausting, as it turns out. This is
I always
working as
have the
planned.
problem when I'm reading like comics or whatever. It's just like there's kind of the like romantic element of it, and then just nothing ever happens. You're just like, well,
I mean,
I-
they just keep
I mean-
like escalating the sexual tension for forever.
If you like the female love interest character, you're inevitably going to be praying they never get together, because if they get together, she'll die.
Yes.
yeah. Well, that's
Inevitably.
that's the other frustration. You have the like female love interest suddenly just become the least interesting person ever the moment they start dating the like main character, and you're just like, well, that.
They're like, we made this story boring, and we can't accept the responsibility for that and try to write a better story, so instead we'll just kill off the character to change the status quo.
Yeah.
It's like, no, but they were boring because you suck. You made them suck.
They're boring because you have no idea how to write believable characters and actually healthy relationships. So instead, they have to be angry at each other all the time. Yeah.
Although in this show, I'm not sure if the girl was ever interesting.
Wow. Fair point.
In this case, she's just like, oh, I think she's too defined as the love interest character for the protagonist to the point where I'm like, there's just so little else going on. I haven't watched the show for a while, though.
You've been too busy with the Immortal Iron Fist.
A lot of good television on. Not that really, but I did watch that. I'm like, I want to watch Fargo, and I want to watch Better Call Saul, and Doctor Who's back, and that's fun. So it's
I
hard to get back
tried-
to the Flash.
I try so hard with Doctor Who.
Also,
And then-
periodically in the Flash, there's a crossover with Arrow, which makes me want to watch Arrow, and then I watched 2 episodes of Arrow again, and I'm like, I hate this. I forgot I hate this.
My parents watched
Arrow's
like
so
the
bad.
entirety of Arrow, and I'd like kind of leave my YouTube cave and be like, "Oh, so what's this?" And they're like, "Arrow," and I'm like, "It looks dumb," and they're like, "Yeah," and that's just it.
It's really, really bad melodrama, the show.
Yeah.
Like, every supervillain and superhero and protagonist and side character is all, like, Days of Our Lives characters. It's so fucking obnoxious. And also, Arrow's also Batman, because everyone's Batman in the DC universe.
You mean...
Like, this is the only movie that ever worked out, so every single property we have is going to be as Batman as possible. They even tried to Batman Superman in the movies by making him all broody and shit.
Alright, this sucks. I'm just gonna kill this.
Yeah, they kind of squandered Henry Cavill, because, like, Henry Cavill's awesome. And then...
Not anymore!
Nope.
Yeah.
We fixed him by breaking him.
Then they made him, like... Yeah, boring.
Yep.
Well.
Alright, I'm gonna be on in a
Get the fuck
You know
out
what?
of here,
You know what more
trees.
superheroes need is daddy issues. Oh man. Oh, I pressed every wrong button just now trying to control my own game. Alright, I'm creating uranium mine number 11.
Sweet. Let me know if power is still having issues. I have not looked recently.
It shouldn't. I mean, why would you
Well,
think that we were having power
I was
issues?
kind of... I was taking
way,
our...
Oh,
Wander?
well, you were devouring all the power with your robot fucking army.
Hey, Wander,
Yeah?
missed a spot.
Where?
Right here.
Wait, in the accumulators?
Look at all these
or-
trees.
Oh. Here, give me a second. Boop.
You missed trees. Ah. Wow, they're all gone.
Yeah.
The whole forest is gone because there were so many robots in that exact port that it immediately got erased.
They're all dead, Keith.
That was
They're
like a
all
demonstration, like in a shitty car dealer video or something.
No, it's definitely one of those... It's like you wouldn't shoot an old lady and just starts gutting down.
I shoot an old
like-
lady. You don't fucking know me.
Okay. Didn't realize you've been talking to Andrew and
Really? You didn't realize I've been talking to Andrew?
actually like listening
that
to
happen?
him. And the trick is you don't listen to Andrew.
No advice is bad advice.
That is a really bad saying. That is... Wow. No matter how you cut it, it could be like...
It's literally the worst thing you could say.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
not
is-
literally the worst thing, but
Okay, it's the worst thing under the circumstances in which you were saying that sentence.
oh, I see Wander's looking around for more trees because I just ran into some X's here.
George of the Wander, killing
Tell
all
me
the
I
trees.
missed something, will you? Show you.
Look, I'm just
Just
a
a simple
murderous
man.
psycho death. We understand.
simple-minded. I don't like
I may be a
trees.
simple country
Don't like
robot.
trees. My entire personality.
All right,
Hate
Steve
trees.
runs a game. Where are we at? How come I don't see you?
Am I
I
on
see you.
tracks again, aren't I? Ah!
Oh Jesus! What the hell happened?
Yes.
My Google Chrome font switched to Times New Roman. It looks so
Oh.
like now Twitch chat is like.
I haven't seen that
"Oh."
font since I wrote essays.
Yeah, it literally looks like somebody just wrote a college essay in my font of like, Dear Sarah Bird, it is
You-
good to see you again. It
You
has
ever
been
used to write-
so long.
You ever like write essays in a different font and then change it to Times New Roman when you're ready to turn it in because you hate looking at it?
Yep,
Yeah.
and then you realize the Times New Roman is like a lot bigger of a font than other fonts, and you're like, yes.
Yeah. My essay got longer.
Mm-hmm.
A plus.
Yeah, really. I mean,
That's not how grades work.
oh wow, we are actually having electricity problems.
I did find
Whose
one
fault that
teacher that
is.
was so lazy that having a longer essay literally meant it was better.
Yeah, I know a fair number of teachers have thought that until you get to college, and they're like, nope, shut the fuck up.
Nope of
yeah,
the
so what was I
noble.
gonna say? Electricity, yeah. It's bad now. We gotta.
Just toss some more solar panels.
Here's
That was
another
the worst
here's another
sentence,
thought
and I
had.
love it. Electricity,
we-
yeah, it's bad now.
We've researched the robo speeds so many times as that like I thought that the game had like it was running at a higher FPS because of how fast all the robots were flying around.
Yeah,
I
it's
was like,
nice.
oh cool, they've increased the performance of the game. No, we've increased the speed of the wander. What the fuck? God, the robots are so weird.
New patch. Wanderbot moves faster.
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily wrong considering how many
Feeding
exosuits
so much
I've got
green to this location. Yes.
Okay.
rammed.
I'm gonna run over to see what Kubel is up to with the Uraniusum.
They've scaled up. They've scaled up the considerables.
Yeah, that's really nice. How much would you say you've scaled up?
11.
Well, you know, I was
Oh, no,
really
I'm
hoping
stuck
for
in
more
the-
of a 14 there,
Stuck in the
champ.
pipes. Ah.
You know, and I went to
Camp.
the you know, we got some real eyes on this up at the VP level and above, and they were really looking for.
Oh
you
my
know-
god, get your corporate speak out of here. You disgust me.
I'm just saying it was an S team goal for this quarter, and
Like,
I mean,
Make
we
it
can push
stop.
back on it a little bit, but I've
we
already
fire
pushed
him?
back on it.
Is that possible?
Oh god,
That's
I have
what
a
corporate
job.
people are afraid of, right?
is being fired.
Firing.
Shit, I don't know.
Hello?
There we go. I just double traced it so it'll go a little faster, except now the back trace is running out. Yeah,
I'm gonna check more speed modules in your
that is a
things.
thing to do. Although the best place to put them is probably in the centrifuges that are in the second part than the first part.
I mean, I could go with the best, or I could go with my first impression.
Dumbest.
It's not dumbest. Dumbest would be
You're the
me just
dumbest.
dropping them on the floor, chucking
You're
them
dumb,
in
dummy.
the water over there.
So I learned important news, Bird.
About
Which is that
what?
apparently trains will never hit each other.
Yeah, they're programmed to not do that. I think that the
Yes.
game was probably designed so that they would just not make the trains too difficult to work with.
Instead, they'll just sit there forever doing nothing if something's wrong.
Yep. Yep, they just get locked into each other.
I get the
like
feeling
OpenTTD.
the main developer for this game has played OpenTTD and,
And witness the pain of having to start everything over.
No,
I experienced
I
what
don't
it's like to
know.
learn OpenTTD.
yeah.
Actually, it's really computationally expensive to do train track stuff like that. The fact that OpenTTD does it is really, really interesting. Like, I remember I read a blog post about what it was like to... this is fucking stupid. I'm just gonna bail on this topic. I can barely remember what it is, and I can already
I'm
tell that
boring
you guys
myself.
are just like... I was gonna say, I can hear the distinct lack of interest right now, so I'm gonna spare everybody. Oh, man.
Not often
How about
I hear
them
somebody get bored with
Chargers?
their own story halfway through and just quit.
How about them Chargers, man?
Who?
The
Sports ball of
the Boston
Sportington.
Chargers.
They did a sport. You know that they sport?
Nope.
This is where you're supposed to say quit alpha nerding because that's what you always say.
Always, I said that once to you, you alpha nerd.
And I'll never forget it. It's traumatizing.
Whew. Too damn funny. Okay, why are your things going? Oh, you need sulfur.
Yeah,
Where are you
not
gonna make
there
sulfur?
yet. I have a train.
A train that's gonna drop off barrels of sulfur.
Yeah.
No,
Fluid
got
wagons.
fluid in the lungs.
Oh yeah, you can have P wagons.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Wagon.
Okay. Wagons.
Wagon
Wow, it's a
ballsy.
really, really ugly word. Wagon is a very, very awful word to say.
Is that even a real word?
No. but it's like disgusting.
Wagon
ballsy. No, wagon ball.
Oh, son of a. I just made a four-way, like one of the birdcatcher four-way splitters, one screen away from a birdcatcher four-way splitter that only had 2 inputs.
You did it. Congratulations.
Yay.
How are these? Where's this uranium mine coming from? This is a new. Oh, you already have a sulfur train, a P train.
That's the one I did yesterday.
Yeah,
now
well, I wasn't there for it.
Now I'm making the same thing, but again.
I wasn't there for it, so I didn't know.
Okay.
Didn't know.
I think I've increased our copper production pretty heavily.
I was so confused when I started hearing that word spelled out. Hearing it spelled out, that didn't make any sense.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna walk away and think of something to do. Hey, what's down over here?
They walked away. My daddy gave me a name.
There's a lot of accumulators with no juice. There's
I can imagine
ton
why.
of accumulators with not a single solar panel.
Most likely tell you why.
Whatever.
Is the answer Wanderbot was here? Because the answer is Wanderbot was here.
I'll answer my own question. That was an answer of the question. Answer.
All right, so I'm gonna start on my project of du jour, which is I'm gonna start putting more copper plate into our base.
No, copper plate.
Yeah, I'm gonna put more lanes down.
Oh, more lanes down. I was confused. I was like, man, I just added a whole shit ton of copper.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna get that throughput, and we're gonna make it bonerific.
You want to actually? I was gonna say this. We could just tear up like the old like belt crafting area. Honestly, do we want to just tear up the base first and then add the
Place it with
belts?
another cooler base?
That's literally what I'm doing. So.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to help.
All right. Oh God. Don't stick your robot army on it, though.
Yeah, don't
unless you know exactly what you're doing.
If you just do that brainlessly, then we won't know what to replace half the time.
Well, like right here, for example, Bird, you want to come here? I would say first easy step would be getting rid of all of these iron gears and everything to do with red and green science.
Yep. Well, no, I'm gonna do this in a couple of stages. So. First I'm gonna increase the belts, and then I'm gonna see what gets in its way, and then just kill it.
Yeah, fair point.
Whatever it ends up being.
Gonna say we should probably nuke some of this stuff anyway, because like it's antiquated and.
Just drop off one or two words, or is it hyphenated?
Plates are coming through the bottom here. What the hell?
Because there's nothing being produced down there, man. Like, follow me down. Come see where Come see the sadness
I thought that the copper plates are coming from the train station.
No.
There's like nothing on the train.
No, actually, most of the copper plates are actually
been copper on the train ever.
Yeah, all of the copper is actually looping.
Oh God, sorry, iron.
Oh,
what happened?
How come there's no iron on the train?
Whoa, where did the iron go?
Ah,
there's no iron.
That's a sudden problem
in our entire base.
Oh my! Hey, Bird, you want to figure out how train signals work?
No, I want you to figure it out and fix the problem that you caused.
Because guess what happened is the
you made the iron
there.
plate train go to the wrong thing.
The trains went 100.
Nope.
100%
Look at the map.
Canadian.
It's just sitting there.
Sitting where?
Just sitting there on the map on its trail halfway across the path. Sitting there.
I can't find it.
You don't see a train? Oh, turn on trains. Oh wait, no, they're always on. You can't not see it. It's a series of arrows and.
Oh,
it's a
that
snake.
thing over there.
It's a snake on
it's
train.
like. Oh, it's okay. It's just very scared.
Oh God. Signals are doofy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's how much our entire base was relying on me.
Yep.
I'm gonna be totally honest.
100%.
It works completely differently.
Yeah, I cannot figure out actually the rules. Most of it. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
especially since I'm not researching it and I'm just going for it.
Yeah, Bird, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Looking at this, except for like the red circuit production, we really would actually be better served ripping up everything from where I'm standing to where you're standing. Because most of it's...
Just be absolutely certain that you've made it somewhere else.
Yeah,
well, what do you mean by ripping up? Do you mean just, like, not using the space?
No.
Building the stuff? Or
we'd rip it up and then rebuild what we actually need. So I'd say we'd build belts, and you know, every type of belt, every type of underground belt, every type of splitter, and fast inserters. We build that along this line. But like science, for example, we really don't need this much science anymore, probably.
No, we could probably start to scale down our science production
and
a little bit.
So we've got this like huge section dedicated almost entirely to red, green, blue, and gray science, and they can't scale. And I was gonna say, let's rip all that up and then kind of fix that. But like, if you keep going up a little bit, we've got this like huge setup for making plastic.
Oh shit! Hi, train. You just all of a sudden the train came and the iron came, and it was a good day.
Yep.
It went from being a very bad day to a much better day real fast. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine, Wander. Let's start killing shit.
And the other thing I would say is we should probably kill Keith's clever but ultimately non-functional barrel system, and just replace it with a normal oil system that we ship the plastic and the sulfur in.
Yeah, we'll just ship instead of barreling it up there. We'll just ship the sulfur and the words you just said.
And the nice part is, as long as we don't kill the power system, ripping up the entire base is not actually going to hurt us at all, from what I can tell.
Well, I mean, there's literally no aliens to hurt us, so...
yeah,
whatever.
Also, all of our walls are just loaded in.
Mm-hmm. I'm already way ahead of you on the tearing shit up line.
Okay.
But I'm going to do it in phases, right? So, what I'm planning on doing is, I'm going to preserve things as I go through so we can tear them down later, after identifying we don't actually need X, Y, or Z. But I'm just going to I'm going to increase the throughput first, and then worry about other things later.
Honestly, I was going to just recreate half of this stuff, because a lot of this is no good to begin with.
Yeah, but you can't just tear shit up willy-nilly, because then...
you can. As long as we just write down what we ripped up, we can recreate it much better.
If
later.
I went to my job tomorrow and I was like, "Hey guys, I need to work on this thing. I'm gonna just tear it up willy-nilly and then figure it out later," I would lose my job.
That's okay.
That's
Who's gonna
fine.
fire me?
You know who won't lose his job? Wander.
Yeah.
True. But
So you should really just live your life the Wanderbot way.
I have an ethos to uphold, man. I gotta.
You have an ethos. This is true. I have a robot army.
Yes, indiscriminate robot army is the one thing you
means.
don't need a goddamn ethical, like, agreement to own. Good point.
The only thing that I should probably make sure I preserve is the chests full of belts.
Sanctity of love.
I don't know where those will go if I start ripping up, so I should... Oh, God. These are just full of trees, aren't they? They are just full of trees.
Yep. You have cursed us to have trees for forever.
Yeah.
Turns out, configuring the base to go to a 4-lane iron line, super duper easy. This was not a challenge to set up so
was
far.
that track.
Go, my pretty.
Okay.
We got some things that are uncomfortably close to the iron line.
I think
but,
trains are my favorite part of this game.
So you're saying we should play OpenTTD?
No, that game's a nightmare.
Because
Why
that
aren't you
game...
dumping?
The only
that
thing we know
game's
to do in
trains
OpenTTD is
are
quit,
beautiful.
dude. Let's be real.
I mean, I know a lot about it.
The only thing we as a group collectively know how to do in OpenTTD is quit.
Truth.
Damn.
Okay, well, let's see. Last thing
Why aren't
that I
you
need
working?
to save here is... Oh.
What?
Repair kits.
I don't understand.
So that's where the repair kits are being made.
I don't know what's wrong.
Okay, so...
Pump it.
Oh, it feels so good to have 4 lanes. Because, like, I have a 4-lane balancer, and we have never actually used any 4-lane throughputs before.
What?
And now, like, the base makes a lot more sense.
I hate trying to figure out why something's not working.
Well, that's why I have a chat to be like, hey, asshole. Okay. That's why I
Cats
have a
make
chat
my
to
life
be like,
worse.
hey, asshole.
Okay, so we're gonna be tearing up
Throw points down.
everything except for express belts, but we should probably maybe remake them too, so we don't have to be pumping lube all over the place.
Like how I schloopled that in there, dude?
Well, actually,
yeah, go ahead and tear it up.
Oh
Have
wait,
you seen how I live?
the express belts or the underground belts? Because I was
I'm
actually.
talking about like the lube.
Oh yeah,
specifically.
I was gonna tear that up and probably put all of the belt production in one area, and then just make it like 2 factories instead of a bunch. Because I don't think we really need like 4 factories going at once.
Actually, we do.
Okay, we'll do
here?
4. I don't know. We just have so many like saved up. What is the? Why are these not working?
This is just
Not that it matters.
broken. So I can't get
Oh,
to
it's
dump.
red
I
circuits.
can't get to dump sulfuric acid. It's just not coming out through the pump. For some reason.
So pumps are definitely the way to do it, right? You've done it. You've already done it once before. Why can't you do
Yeah,
it this
I'm
time?
literally making the same thing again, and it's not working.
Okay, where is it being made? It's over here. Your pumps don't have power going to them.
No, I literally just did that.
Oh.
I tried adding more pumps in different configurations. See if any of them would work. What the fuck?
I think that are your pumps lined up with the wagon correctly?
Okay,
Well,
indiscriminate
first off, the
robot
fluid
army
wagon is
destruction time
empty,
go.
so that's one thing.
Wait, no, it's not. Is it?
Yes, it is. The fluid wagon was completely empty. It had no sulfuric acid on it.
That raises new questions.
Actually,
Yep.
okay, I'm gonna save just in case this catastrophically destroys everything, but we're only gonna reload if everybody agrees to it. Anyway, super robot army destruction time go.
What exactly are you deleting?
Everything.
Okay.
No. Oh no, Wander.
I mean, pretty much I'm just getting rid of everything
Oh,
related.
Jesus, there we go.
I'm deleting everything related to red, green, science.
We're gonna spend a decent chunk of time, I think, figuring out what's missing in our base as we
No,
build new things.
I actually just wrote down everything that's being
You took
removed.
notes, nerd.
Hey,
I think
I
the most
remember
annoying thing about playtesting, I think the most irritating thing about testing trains is that the moment they leave, which is part of the process of testing them, you can't control them anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Funny though.
holy crap! The base is now a hotbed of activity.
It was always a hotbed of activity.
Yeah, but now it's drones, just going
There's
bananas
always a
on.
hotbed of drone activity.
I don't know. Look at me.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yep, they're out to stop Gordon Freeman.